Wait, is Gwen Rizchek actually gonna walk right in on Xander and Kristen Dimera tangled up in the sheets? And is Amy Choi about to completely snap and take the law into her own hands to permanently erase Holly Jonas from Salem? Welcome back to our channel, Days fans. Today is a beautiful day to unpack some absolutely massive, jaw-dropping soap drama. I have got the absolute hottest Days of Our Lives spoilers for the next 2 weeks, spanning from May 25th all the way to June 5th. And let me tell you, the payback is going to be brutal. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button right now because you do not want to miss a single second of this sweeps month fallout. Let's kick things off with the absolute nightmare that is the Amy, Holly, and Sophia situation. The raw spoilers for the week of June 1st through the 5th reveal that Amy is going to unleash a terrifying level of rage on Holly Jonas. We already know Amy wants Holly formally charged with manslaughter for Sophia's presumed death, but the police can only do so much without a body. So, if Amy cannot get the legal conviction she is desperately praying for, the spoilers tease that she might just take matters into her own hands. I honestly believe Amy is about to go full vigilante. And let's be real for a second, Holly Jonas completely brought this on herself. I am sorry, but I cannot stand Holly right now. She was a vicious cyberbully to Sophia. She told the girl she wished she was dead, and now she is playing the victim while Tate Black coddles her. The writers are making Holly out to be this tragic, misunderstood teen, but I am firmly on Amy's side here. Amy lost her daughter, or so she thinks, because we all know Kristen Dimera bashed Sophia with a rock and threw her in the river. But Amy does not know that. Amy thinks Holly's relentless bullying pushed Sophia to suicide. I think Amy's going to try to kidnap Holly or hurt her physically. Remember when Nicole Walker used to do unhinged things back in the day? Holly is her mother's daughter, but she is entirely out of her depth, facing a grieving, furious mother like Amy Choi. The actress playing Amy is absolutely killing it right now, bringing so much raw, visceral pain to the screen. If you ask me, Tate better watch his back too, because if he gets in the crossfire of Amy's revenge plot, he could end up in a body bag. Now, let's pivot to the absolute disaster that is Stephanie Johnson's marriage. According to the official spoilers, Stephanie returns to Salem from her trip to Hong Kong, where she was attending Tripp and Wendy's wedding, and she walks right into a domestic nightmare. She arrives home to find Alex Kyriakis, Joy Wesley, and baby Kelsey looking like the absolute picture-perfect family unit. Joy and Alex have clearly bonded on a deep level while Stephanie was thousands of miles away, and this leaves Stephanie feeling incredibly insecure and uncertain about her future with Alex. And you know what? Good. I am ruthlessly dragging Stephanie today because she has been nothing but a paranoid, exhausting burden to Alex for months. I get it, she was kidnapped by Owen Kent, and that trauma's real. But she completely shut Alex out, turned to Jeremy Horton for comfort, and treated her husband like garbage. Now, she is mad because Alex is stepping up to be a father? Give me a break. Alex has deep, unresolved abandonment issues because his biological mother, Angelica Devereaux, walked out on him. There is absolutely no way on earth that Alex is going to abandon his own flesh and blood. I honestly believe Joy Wesley is playing a brilliant long-term game of chess here. She hid that baby, she came back at the perfect time, and she is using Kelsey to sink her claws right into Alex's heart. And frankly, I am rooting for Joy. The chemistry between Alex and Joy is off the charts, and Stephanie is just a wet blanket. Plus, let's not forget that Steve Johnson just gave Stephanie a gun and taught her how to shoot. With Stephanie's PTSD and her spiraling jealousy over Joy and Alex's cozy little family dynamic, I am terrified she is going to pull that trigger in a fit of rage. I think the writers are setting up a massive tragedy where Stephanie accidentally shoots Alex or Joy. Moving on to the most toxic, radioactive hookup in Salem history. The spoilers confirm that Xander Cook and Kristen Dimera are going to continue playing with fire, and it is going to blow up in their faces spectacularly. The big question for the week of June 1st is whether Gwen Rizchek will finally catch Kristen and Xander in bed together, leading to a furious, explosive confrontation. Are you kidding me right now? I was stunned, completely stunned that Xander would ever let Kristen Dimera back into his life, let alone his bed. Let's rewind the clock for a second. Kristen Dimera literally kidnapped Sarah Horton, drugged her, shoved her in a trunk, and shipped her off to a deserted island wearing a mask. Kristen destroyed Xander and Sarah's lives for years. And now Xander is sleeping with her? The writers are making Xander look like an absolute fool. I know he is heartbroken because he saw Sarah kissing Brady Black, but jumping into bed with the woman who tortured the mother of his child is a new low, even for Xander. Let's be real for a second. Xander's entire character arc over the last 5 years has been about redemption. He wanted to be a good man for Sarah. He wanted to be a good father to Victoria. And now, the second he gets his feelings hurt because he was creeping in the bushes watching Sarah and Brady, he runs straight to the most evil woman in town. It is a massive slap in the face to the viewers who invested in his growth. And Kristen? She doesn't care about Xander's pecs or his charm. She is a master manipulator who is using him as a pawn. I bet you anything she is going to blackmail him with footage of them in bed if he refuses to carry out her hit on EJ. And then we have Gwen. Oh, Gwen. I cannot stand her. She is so desperate, so clingy, and so manipulative. She literally tried to buy the hospital just to force Xander to spend time with her. If Gwen walks in on Xander and Kristen, I hope Kristen completely destroys her. Gwen has no right to be outraged. She hid the antidote that Sarah needed. She is just as toxic as Kristen. I firmly defend Sarah in this entire mess. Sarah deserves to be happy with Brady, who is actually treating her with respect right now, while Xander rolls around in the mud with the Dimera devil. I think Kristen is just using Xander's body to manipulate him into becoming her personal hitman to take out EJ Dimera. Once Kristen gets what she wants, she will toss Xander aside like yesterday's trash, and Gwen will be standing there looking like a massive clown. Finally, we have to talk about the heartbreaking legacy love triangle that is tearing Salem apart. The spoilers reveal that Lexi Carver is going to try to pick up exactly where she left off with her husband, Abe Carver. But the spoilers explicitly state that it will not be that simple, because Abe has spent years building a deep, enduring love with Paulina Price, and the adjustment is going to be incredibly difficult for him. Hold on a second. Lexi has been dead since 2012. She died in Abe's arms from a brain tumor caused by the toxic gases in the Dimera tunnels. Abe mourned her, he suffered, and he eventually moved on. Paulina stepped in and became his safe harbor. Paulina is an absolute queen, and I will defend her to the ends of the earth. Paulina literally packed her bags and offered to move out of her own home just to give Abe and Lexi space. That is pure class. Lexi, on the other hand, is acting completely entitled. I get that in her mind no time has passed since EJ put her in that resurrection pod, but she cannot just waltz back into Salem and expect Abe to erase the last decade of his life. Let's not forget the Dimera family dynamics at play here. Lexi is a Dimera. She is Stefano's daughter. And right now, the Dimera mansion is an absolute circus, with EJ, Kristen, and Chad constantly at each other's throats. Abe has spent the last decade distancing himself from that toxic family to protect Theo and build a clean, respectable life as the mayor of Salem. If he takes Lexi back, he is dragging himself right back into the Dimera mud. Paulina represents his clean, peaceful future, while Lexi represents a chaotic, dangerous past. I honestly believe Abe is going to choose Paulina in the end. The actor playing Abe is delivering some of the most gut-wrenching, emotional performances of his career right now. You can see the sheer agony in his eyes as he is torn between the ghost of his past and the reality of his present. I think Lexi's going to realize that she doesn't fit into Abe's world anymore, and she might end up turning to EJ or even sparking a new romance with someone else in town. The emotional stakes of this storyline are through the roof, and it is exactly why we watch soap operas. So, Days fans, I have to know what you think about all this chaos. Do you think Stephanie's gonna lose her mind and use that gun on Joy Wesley, or will Alex finally serve Stephanie with divorce papers? Drop your wildest predictions in the comments below. Take a side and let me know who you are rooting for. If you loved this deep dive into the Salem drama, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss an update. Until next time, stay dramatic, Salem lovers.